Hello everyone. Before we get started, please like, share, and comment on this video once it's done. This helps with the algorithm so my video could be exposed to more people who may like my content. Also, please subscribe to my YouTube channel and cut on all notification bells if you haven't already. I would really appreciate this. Thank you. Sometimes when you look at people that you've known for a while, you think you know everything about them. You know how they move, you know how they get around, you know how they talk, you know how they think. You basically know everything about them because you've known them for a while. That was me with my friend Jose. I thought I knew him very well, but it turned out there was another side of him for about 20 years that I never knew. And looking back on this, it just makes me not want to have friends because I can't trust people. And it makes me not even trust my own family. That's how bad this dude had done me. My name is Franklin, and this happened to me about 5 years ago. My friend Jose was driving, and we were on our way to Mexico. I was planning on spending spring break with him, with his family. They had a big house, and they also had a pool. Jose was born in Laredo, Texas, but his family, his mom and dad, were born in Mexico. They got their citizenship to live in America, and his family bought a house in Laredo, Texas. For some odd reason, his mom and dad decided to move back into Mexico, and they signed over their house to Jose, the house in Laredo. I stayed with Jose because I didn't have a place to stay at, and money was very tight with me. We were college students. I was going to get my bachelor's degree, and Jose was getting his associate's degree. The drive to his parents' house was very long, as we were on the road for about 3 hours. As Jose was driving, there was 2 cars, one in the back of us, and then one that was on the other opposite end of the road decided to turn around and get in front of us. As I looked in the back and the front, I realized that something was off. I looked at Jose and I asked him, Jose, do you see what's happened? There's a car in the front of us and there's one in the back of us. I'm pretty sure we're not about to get ambushed, are we? Jose didn't say anything to me, and I looked at him, and then I called out to him again. Jose, say something. I'm sorry, man. They just probably happened to go the same way that we're going. No, don't worry about it. We're good. We're not gonna get ambushed. I don't know what it was, but it was the way he said it that didn't sit right with me. He kept driving, but those cars would not separate from us. I was getting concerned. And then all of a sudden, Jose just stopped the car. And once he stopped the car, the other 2 cars, one in the front and one in the back, they also stopped. And then all 4 of the car doors opened in front of us, and all 4 of the car doors in the back of us opened. I looked around, looking at the front and the back of the car, and then I looked at Jose. Jose turned and looked at me slowly, and then what he done next threw me off. He pulled out a gun. He pointed at me as several of the men opened up the passenger side door where I was sitting at. And then Jose looked at me and said, "Listen, I don't want you getting scared. We're not gonna kill you. You just cooperate and I'll let you go." Jose, what's going on? Why do you have a gun pointed to me? Who are these people? Before I got an answer, I remember feeling something hit my head extremely hard. And I remember everything going black, and that was the last thing I remember. I remember waking up about a couple hours later inside of Jose's car. I was stripped down to my boxers. All my valuables were gone. My watch, my cell phone, my wallet, my card, everything. I had nothing on me except my underwears. I looked around to see if there was any way I can escape, but there was nothing. I didn't have a phone, I didn't have nothing, I didn't have internet, I didn't have anything near me that can get me help immediately. I was worried that I was gonna die out here. Just as I was about to give up hope, there was an 18-wheeler truck that happened to be coming up on the horizon. I remember getting out of the car and waving my hands back and forth, and luckily the 18-wheeler stopped. They saw what condition I was in, and they got me inside their car and took me to the hospital. While I was in the hospital, I gave my statement about what happened. And it turned out that Jose has had a history of going into Mexico and doing some, let's just say, some odd jobs that were shady. Not only him, but his parents as well. And that's how they usually would get a lot of money. And now it made sense considering that they had 2 houses and they turned one over to Jose. After that experience, I tried to see if I can get in touch with Jose, but his number was disconnected, and then he removed me off of all of his social media platforms, or he could have blocked me. After that incident, it really just baffled me. I thought Jose was a friend of mine that I could trust, but it turns out he was completely different and not who he said he was or what I thought he was. Since then, I have a hard time trusting people, even if I've known them for a while. It really makes me think the worst of everyone because of that situation. But I'm trying to get over that, and I'm trying to put myself back out there again. As for Jose, he was never caught. I was able to get a ride back to Laredo, Texas, and I worked hard at 2 jobs, and I was able to get my own little place. Since then, I'm not quick to trust people, and now I look at all my other friends suspiciously, wondering if they had a dark secret that they hid from me.